Hey, True Believers, Englentine here. Found this article on Bleeding Cool. I didn't know this was going on. Tony Isabella, the creator of Black Lightning, trashes Batman and the Outsiders, says DC exec agreed. And now I didn't know about this because Tony Isabella is one of those tolerant people who block others that have never spoken to him. And I am one of those people who have never spoken to him, so I am blocked from him on Twitter. Anyway, it says, after a little bit of a delay, Batman and Outsiders, the new ongoing series by Brian Hill and Dexter Soy, featuring Black Lightning and Katana training Bat sidekicks Signal and Orphan, finally hit stores this week, but one person who is decidedly not a fan of the new series, and in particularly the new role for Black Lightning, is Black Lightning creator Tony Isabella. And talking about his tweets, Tony Isabella says, "Don't try to put a silver lining on DC reducing Black Lightning to Batman support." Okay, I'm not going to say it because YouTube will nail me for this, but there you go. It's insulting to the character, his fans, and creator with whom he wouldn't exist. For authentic Black Lightning, read Black Lightning Cold Dead Hands and watch the brilliant TV show. Okay, the TV show's good. I wouldn't call it brilliant, but it's decent. It's kind of weird that Tony Isabella, a white guy, is saying, hey, Brian Hill, you black guy, is treating this black guy bad. But what really gets me is that he then pushes Black Lightning Cold Dead Hands, which was not all that great, to tell you the truth. Now, I've read Batman and the Outsiders. I did not see Black Lightning being Batman's support guy because... I mean, he was very vehemently saying that I don't trust you, Batman. What's going on, Batman? You know, he was interested in protecting the team, but he wasn't interested in licking Batman's boots. He goes on to say, if you don't already understand why DC Comics reducing Black Lightning to Batman's, man, he loves saying this. It's like somebody gave him a pass and he's going to use it. Is insulting. If you give me the lame, that's the marketplace response, you're never going to get it. We don't have anything to talk about. Well, Tony, you're a dumbass. You truly are. Okay, Batman and the Outsiders is going to sell a lot better than Black Lightning solo. We know this because we just had a Black Lightning solo book that didn't sell. And responding to a remark about DC's apparent reluctance to put Black Lightning in his own solo series despite the character having his own television show. They tried that, Tony. Nobody bought it. Let's see. DC has no say in what ends up. That's true. Okay, let's see. Chris Andros. Yeah, I don't get it. They act like they're scared to let him lead a solo title but have no issue with him having his own show, which they had more faith in their non-Trinity characters. I wish they did too, Chris. But Tony Isabella is being incredibly racist, and man, he's riding that creator of Black Lightning thing. DC Comics has next to nothing to do with the characters that get it. Okay, so why are you mad at DC? And also responded to tweets that the character's name, Black Lightning, itself is racist. How's it racist? He was created by a black and a white person. To be accurate, he was created by a white guy at a time when there were no black writers working for either of the big two companies. So, yeah, he wants all the credit. To be even more completely accurate, here's how Isabella described the creation of Black Lightning in an interview after a Bleeding Cool article about artist Trevor Von Eden's Black Lightning TV show check sparked a disagreement between Isabella and Bleeding Cool rumor monger in chief Rich Johnston. Okay, he says, well, I guess I do share information with Trevor Von Eden from time to time because we have been friends, and one of the reasons that when I wrote the new credit line as part of my agreement with DC Comics, I included Trevor, and the official credit line is created by Tony Isabella with Trevor Von Eden, and that was meant to be ambiguous. As Trevor knows, I do not consider him co-creator of Black Lightning. I consider him the primary designer of the costume. But there's no getting around the fact that elements of the costume were designed by Bob Rozakis, Joe Orlando, and myself. So he's not sole designer of the costume. But knowing that, Trevor had sprained his wrist recently, and I had just received a check from DC, and I won't go into what that check covers, because that's between me and DC Comics. Just as it should have been between Trevor Von Eden and DC Comics. But the fact of the matter is, The characterization that that check was my payment for my participation in the TV show is erroneous. And although I got a rather snarky little note from Rich Johnson telling me that Trevor had every right to share the check with them, which, again, I think was irresponsible of Trevor to do that and for Bleeding Cool to publish it, the fact of the matter is that if they had characterized their story as, this is what Trevor got paid, they still would have been wrong. Okay? They would still have been wrong, but it wouldn't have involved me. But the various headlines said, this is what creators of Black Lightning got, and as the creator of Black Lightning, I could tell you that from the headlines on, that's erroneous. Okay. Let's see. After all was said and done for the day, Isabella wrote, heading to bed, Wednesday challenging, accused of racism a few times. I think rightfully so, tell you the truth. Received private messages that were fairly incoherent. Discovered Batman cultists are easy to block as comics gators. Got a lot done. Well, yeah, you know what? You should. You should block everybody who may question anything you say, you coward. Hope to get more done after sleep. Love you all madly. Well, most of you. Yeah, no, you don't. You love Tony Isabella. That's it. Or at least that's what you're coming off as here. But he returned the following afternoon to explain how he would write the series himself, as well as to point out that a DC executive agreed with him that the series is out of character. I should save this for my blog and forthcoming book, but here's something you don't know. When I was told about the new BATO and explained why it was out of character to a DC executive, he agreed with me that it was out of character. Okay, name him. Show us what he said. Jefferson's priorities are his family, his students, his community. It's out of character for him to leave all of that at Batman's bidding. If you read the book, he didn't, dumbass. He's not a guy to respond how high. He definitely didn't do that in the book. When Batman or any other hero tells him to jump, he did not. He was not like, oh, Batman's telling me to do something. We got to go. Nope. Man, I don't think he read it. Let's see. Asked by the executive how I would do it, I said I would title the book Black Lightning and the Outsiders and have Batman base the team in Cleveland, which, as of Cold Dead Hands, was where Black Lightning lives. That way, Jefferson would not be abandoning what he holds dearest and still be able to help train these heroes. And that's what he would do. He would not be undertaking missions that Batman sets up for the team. He would train them in any missions they would undertake. Would be missions Black Lightning and his team decided on Batman would have a problem with Jefferson's independence. J. Jeff would make it an absolute requirement for his participation. Because as indicated in Cold Dead Hands, while Jefferson respects Batman, he doesn't particularly like him. He recognized Batman is broken and tends to break people around him. He does that in this book too, you dumbass. It seems to me like Tony Isabella, and once again, I don't have any insider knowledge on this, but it seems to me that Tony Isabella is really, really just jealous and mad that he didn't get a chance to write this himself. That's what it's coming off as. Let's see. He goes on to say, I'm writing this fast, so please excuse any misspellings. I have something else I should be writing right now. Get off Twitter. Let's see. He goes on to say, my version of the book could allow for Batman's minor involvement, but would establish Black Lightning as the lead in the book and team. Maybe that's what BATO will be aiming for. Maybe not, but that's how I answered the DC executive. Well, I talked to a DC executive, and he told me you're full of shit. Until, of course, you could produce said DC executive or deny that or prove that I had no communication with the DC executive myself. Are you getting my point here, guys? Now, of course, it's more likely that he did than I did, obviously. But seriously? Come on. You want to make it Black Lightning and the Outsiders, and that's awesome. See, I actually think I would hope to enjoy something like that. If you make it like Black Lightning Cold Dead Hands, it would suck, and then I wouldn't. But Batman's name sells more books, dude. You don't want to hear about the market? Well, the market's a real thing. All right, he continues, I have other problems with BATO, but those of you who have started new accounts when I've blocked your asses don't care about those. You just want to troll someone who has accomplished far more in his life than you have in yours. Now, you have no idea about that. Tony, you are a bigot. Let's see. He goes on to say he has entertained more readers, has inspired more people, has helped more of my fellow professionals, and supported more worthy causes and creators. Has worked with clean hands in comics for nearly half a century until now. Well, I don't know how clean your hands are, really. But, damn, you're coming off as pretty damn arrogant and full of yourself, you bigot. Let's see, your trolling means nothing to me except for you went on a Twitter rant saying that it didn't. I blocked you so that I don't waste my time with you, and yet here you are on a Twitter rant, you dumbass bigot. Because no matter what you post, I have had a good career and a good life and expect both will continue to be fulfilling. Thus ends the lesson. I'll be back when it suits me. What lesson? You proved that you can whine on Twitter. Guess what? I've seen a lot of people do that, Tony Isabella, you bigot. As for Batman and the Outsider writer Brian Hill, he seems to be taking it in stride. Now, he's got a tweet here, but I actually pulled up Brian Hill responds to Tony Isabella. Yay! And it's got a little bit of the tweets here. And yeah, it's all that. He says, I care about Black Lightning very much. This is Brian Hill. I also care about Katana, Cassandra Cain, and Duke Thomas. These characters have passionate fans who deserve thoughtful stories. My hope is that Batman and the Outsiders provides that for everyone. That being said, please don't attack any creator for their opinion of me or my work. No need for that. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and it's ultimately the work that will demonstrate virtues and flaws. Let's focus on the work and see where it all goes, and thanks so much for reading. This is actually the second time Hill has acknowledged Isabella's attack. Tweeting earlier this week, I've seen some commentary about me having animus towards Tony Isabella. That's completely false. I have nothing but respect for Tony and his work. Obviously, without his imagination, I wouldn't be writing Batman and the Outsiders. So, if you ask me, Hill comes off a lot better than Tony Isabella. Because I gotta say, first of all, Black Lightning, he was a member of the original Outsiders. Like, right out of the gate. Here, he's created, and then just a few years later, he's a member of the Outsiders. He was a member of the Justice League for a while. He's been a member of teams that were not based in Cleveland. Okay, so maybe Tony had an idea of where he was supposed to go, and DC Comics took it in a different direction, and that's what he's all pissed about. I can understand that. But I once talked to George Perez, and I asked him, what do you think about the way that they're treating Donna Troy? Because this is around the time of Infinite Crisis. And he says, well, you create a character, you do your bit on the, you do your time, you do what you can with them, and then you just got to let them go. They're not yours anymore. They're the companies. They're going to do whatever, and it's fun to see where other people take it. I don't think Tony Isabella has that same outlook as far as Black Lightning is concerned. Yeah. I thought this was interesting because this is like a bomb on Tony Isabella right here. I mean, I knew he was a dick because I actually knew he blocked me a long time ago because I wanted to talk about Black Lightning, and I figured I would reach out, and found out I was blocked. Oops. So, yeah, I don't have any respect for him. Sorry, after the rant, after he blocked me when I never talked to him, I don't have respect for him. So, there you go, gang. What do you think? What do you think of the tantrum? Did you read Batman and the Outsiders? And if so, do you think that Black Lightning was Batman's support guy? I can't say it because, man, YouTube will come down on me hard. But what do you think of that? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, click like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, of course, and click on one of the videos that should be popping up. That might be as cool as well. Also, don't forget to go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi. Drop $1 in the till. Help us keep making videos for you. Help support the channel. Or you could go to our store that we just started up over at Amazon. Links in the description below. You might find something cool, Black Lightning inspired merchandise. You could get something. We get something. You end up helping the channel out if you make a purchase through our store. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.